let's review factoring so that you can do well on your final exam.
Let's start off with this problem. X squared, let's do plus 49, and let's put 14x here. You should recognize that this is a perfect square trinomial because x plus 7 and x plus 7 is the factorization. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then 7 times 7 is 49. This can also be written as x plus 7 squared. And to throw one more piece out there, if I asked you for the roots or the rocks, roots, zeros, x-intercepts, or solutions, they would be x plus 7 equals 0, negative 7 for this factor, and then also negative 7 for this factor, meaning it would be a double root, and it would sit on negative 7 on the x-axis, pointing up. And when I say it, I mean the parabola, the graph. And this here would be what we call a double root. Let's do one that's not going to be a double root. X squared, let's do minus 10 plus 3x. Well, what gives us 10? Negative 10, that is. That will also give us 3 when we add. Okay, so how can I multiply and get negative 10? 10 and 1, 5 and 2. But I have to have a negative on one of those numbers. So I say 5 and negative 2. Okay, so that means I need to add these together. Will that give me a positive 3? Well, 5 is positive, so 5 plus signs. 2 is negative, so 2 negatives cancel, cancel. 3 plus signs left, so positive 3. Yay, found it. So the factors would be x plus 5 and then x minus 2. Now set both of those factors equal to 0, and you will have the rocks. Roots, zeros, x-intercept solutions. Just different names, but all the same thing. And this would be where it crosses the x-axis at negative 5 and positive 2. This would be the factorization, and then these would be the actual roots. Okay, now let's do a difference of square problem. X squared minus 81. That would be x times x, giving me x squared, and then minus 9, and then a positive 9. Now, why do I have to have different signs? Because the middle term disappeared. If you multiply this back out, you'll see it. X squared plus 9x minus 9x minus 81, those cancel. And I'm left with here what I started with. So these are your factors. Now let's find the zeros. Take each one, set it equal to 0. Minus 9, x is negative 9, plus 9, x is positive 9. So these are your zeros, and this here would be the factorization. Now real quick, let me come over here and show you the difference between this quadratic, well, this polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and this trinomial, because they are different. 81 and 18. So, like, what happened? Why does this one have a middle and that one doesn't? Well, this is a perfect square trinomial. This is difference of squares. So you have to be careful. On this one, I will have different signs. On this one here, I will have the same sign. Because negative 9 plus negative 9 is negative 18. But negative 9 times negative 9 is a positive 81. So this would be a double root at 9. So it would sit at 9 pointing up on the x-axis. Whereas on this one, you see it's sitting at 9. On this one, they would cross at positive 9 and negative 9, pointing up. That's the difference between the two. It crosses at two different places. Here it sits at one place. So now, if you are on the left side of the classroom, you are going to do the problems on the left side. If you are on the right side of the classroom, you are going to do these problems. And when I say that, let me make sure I make that clear. The desks at this present moment should be grouped by twos. And so make sure that you, on the left side of the two of you, do the left. And if you're on the right side of the two of you, do the right. And Ms. Pierce will put up those problems momentarily. I'm not going to put them here on the video. This will count as a grade, so make sure you get it done. And I'll see you with questions, if you have them, momentarily.